Hello. Sorry, Miss Lee. Miss Leah, I didn't change. I changed the time on it, but I didn't change the AM PM. Hey, Captain Obvious, Jonathan. Let's see if anybody comes in. Not that you're all not nobody. Miss Leah, please take caution. We're going to talk about Ian and whatever else I'm allowed to talk about because I've been told recently what I can and cannot talk about. But hurricanes in Florida. I went through several of them when I was down there. And my very first one, I had a cooler and a flashlight, but I learned quickly. I learned the tricks of the trade. Hey, Ninny. Hey, Allerker. Yes, Captain Obvious. So here's a couple hurricane tricks if you don't know them. If you're expecting a big storm surge, obviously. Good morning, Angela. I have never called you Angela. Good morning, critters. But look, it took me the hard way. Like I said, my first hurricane I went through with a cooler and a flashlight. But I got good at it. But some tricks I learned, like your important paperworks, like wills and deeds and things like that. The best place to put those if you don't have a safe. I know, Miss Leah. That is pretty much the worst part of it is losing electric. But put all your important stuff in your dishwasher. Hey, Clary. Hey, Denise. Miss Lennon. You stay safe too, Miss Lennon. I know you're on the other coast, but you're still going to feel the remnants. Yeah, Lurker. I had one. No, Captain Obvious. Your car might float away. Put all your important papers in your dishwasher. It's waterproof. So if your place floods, it won't get wet. Fill your washing machine. Run it through a clean cycle and then fill it with ice. Go ahead and fill your bathtub with water that you can use to like flush your toilet and stuff like that. Yeah. Trust me, Denise, I had to figure out this stuff on my own because every single hurricane that I went through by myself. Hello, uh, profiling manipulation. So yeah, there's tips you can do that what I always thought was goofy is people go shopping right before a hurricane. Okay, and you're standing in line and you're watching what they're buying. And it's stuff that's going to have to be kept cold. And you're thinking, okay, chances are you're probably going to lose electricity. Now, through one of those hurricanes, I was on a barrier island. I was in Merritt Island, which is a barrier island. I'm surrounded by water. Freeze water bottles, put them in the refrigerator as they melt. You can drink them. That's true. Yep. Critters. Hugo was a big one. I wasn't down there for that. But what I did figure out is almost everybody that evacuated where I was, because I never evacuated, I always just stuck it out. One touch land made landfall right where I was. I mean, right where I was. Uh, yeah, you bought microwave party food for the darn hurricane, and then yeah, a lot of people have generators now and stuff like that. But It's strange because in Florida, I mean, a hurricane's coming. It's almost like a holiday. People get together and throw a big party, and don't be scared for everyone, Captain Obvious. I mean, it's scary while it's going on, uh, because it's not like a tornado, you know. I also lived in Indiana where we get a lot of big tornadoes. Uh, but a tornado just comes through and does its business and gets out. A hurricane just pounds you for days and days and days and days. Well, it feels like days and days and days. The one I went through lasted, the actual hurricane itself lasted about 24 hours. Yes, he is a Cat 3, and he hasn't hit the Gulf of Mexico yet. That is warm water, and that is fuel for, yeah, you, Scott. What is the worst kind of weather phenomenon you all go through, Clary, in Scotland? But once Ian hits the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico, they do anticipate he will pick up speed. And there's nothing stopping him now because he's moving off of Cuba. So there's no other land to weaken him. So I even blew up an air mattress because where I was located was like I was like 2 blocks from the coast, from the ocean, the Atlantic, and where I was like downhill. So I was even lower than sea level. So I blew up an air mattress for me and Lolly and I was going to use a broom for a paddle if we had to boat out of our situation. Oh, you do have hurricanes, but never hit as hard. Well, you know the one thing about, and I know the aquifer. If you know anything about Florida, you know that there's uh, it's called the aquifer, and what it is, it's fresh water that runs underneath Florida, all the way to the Carolinas. It's about, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 feet below land. But I always wondered why they don't bury their power lines in Florida. Yes, I lurker. I didn't have a kayak. All I had was an air mattress and a broom. And I'm not making light of it because I do hope that this thing weakens and you're going to get some rain and some wind. Uh, just maybe a tropical storm. I'm really hoping it. I mean, if I could have my way, it would just go out into the Gulf of Mexico and not touch anybody. But Clary nuts, nutsack. But they're doable. They're not all catastrophic, and so many people prepare nowadays. See, we do bury power lines this century. I think all power lines should be buried under the ground. And like I said, I realize there's an aquifer that goes under Florida and up towards the Carolinas and stuff, but it's way down there. You don't have to dig that deep to bury power lines. Something else I always wondered is where I lived, I was like infested with peacocks. I mean, they're like, I couldn't even go out and sit on my patio furniture because, well, there'd be 7 or 8 peacocks out there. Where do they go? Where do the peacocks go? Does anybody want to Google that while I'm on here? Because they're not waterfowl. They're actually not even native to Florida. They were brought over by the Spaniards. In a tree? That's the worst place they can go, Captain Obvious. That tree. Good morning, Manda T. Trees take a pounding during a hurricane. Well, if I was a peacock, I wouldn't go in a tree during a hurricane. But I wonder where they go. Because they used to dig little holes in my yard. Not like holes, but little dips. Fiona hit us bad, and then yeah, well, this one, yeah, I was gonna say, didn't Canada just get pounded with the? I don't know why I'm just now thinking, where do the peacocks go? I wasn't really looking for them. I was. And I'll tell you what else sucks is when you board up your whole house. I gotta leave at least one window open so I can see what's going on. I can't stand being in a boarded up place and not knowing what's happening outside. And right in the middle of one of them, and I can't remember their names. Hey, Toodles. Right in the middle of one of them, the neighbor's roof flew off. So they're coming over to my place, but they need help because they got a dog. And this woman was so freaked out over this painting. Now I'm telling you, the winds were popping at about $1.15, rain pelting us, shit blowing everywhere. And she is so freaked out about this painting. Here I am carrying her dog. Wow, Mac, you got some work to do. I'm sorry. St. Augustine. Well, I mean, St. I'm going to say they're going to get wind and water, Lurker. I know some people in Orlando right now. And that's what always used to, yes, God bless Florida. That's what always used to happen. Those of us that lived on the coast, people would get this crazy idea to run to like Orlando inward, like in state, and they'd end up getting hit harder than we did. Yep, there is no water to be found. But I will tell you, once it blows through, uh, yes, Orlando gets flooded too, and they get the winds. This thing here from the prediction is going to hit the Tampa Fort Myers area and then cross the state. And they said it might even make 2 landfalls. Hey, Shaz. I don't know what kind of talk that is, Angela Critters. He is safe, Captain Obvious. He's safe. He's probably boarding up. Well, he's on the other coast, though. So he's going to catch the tail end of it. He's on the East Coast. This is going to hit the West Coast. Wow, Mac, that's a lot of work. I'm sorry you have to do that. Oh, it didn't show up as heart emojis for me. Showed up as some foreign language. Yes, Miss Leah, you're right in the eye of the storm. Are you prepared, Miss Leah? Right, right, RDA. A lot of times, what'll happen when you're Central Florida, there's a lot of waterways, there's a lot of rivers. Hey, Mel D. Bailey Vex. There's a lot of rivers. There's a lot of canals. There's a lot of lakes. Sometimes what happens during a hurricane is all of that water is sucked up out of those waterways. And then, of course, it has to be deposited somewhere. And that's where you get like major flooding and stuff when you're inland. Oh, I'm sorry, RDA. Well, all I can tell you is dispensaries are having great deals right now. I bet they are. Yeah, I'm a weather buff, which might explain why I never left during a hurricane the whole 10 years I was down there. I'm a big weather buff. Weather intrigues me. I mean, I don't want anybody to get hurt. Ian is the name of the storm, Melody. Is the name of the hurricane. We name them over here. It's harvest time here too, Captain Obvious. I finally figured out to put together a hurricane kit. It took me a couple. You know, like I said, one of them I went through with nothing but yes, Shaz, a flashlight and a cooler. I came out okay, thank God. Didn't even lose a shingle, and it touched land as a 3 right where I was. I was in Cape Canaveral, Florida, and that's where it touched down at. Maybe a little north towards Daytona. I don't remember, but 115. I mean, the winds are already at 115, and it's not even crossed the warmer waters. So if this picks up into a 4, I can promise you 115-mile-an-hour winds, they sound crazy. Yeah, we get the tail ends way up here in the Midwest too, Shaz. I don't think we're going to get this one because I think it's going to go out to sea and maybe touch the Carolinas. But if you're in the path of it, just prepare and get ready to hunker down for a few days. No, it's at a 3 now. And it hasn't even entered into, it's just now off the coast of Havana. And it hasn't entered the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico, which is going to make it pick up some steam. Yes, Michael was a monster. The Keys, the Keys came out okay. They just got brushed by it, so it's gonna be all right, you all. Just all you can do is prepare. It's like any other weather catastrophe, you know. But I did title this Ian and whoever else I'm allowed to talk about because I'm pretty much getting told everywhere I go, or not everywhere I go, but every time I go live, yeah, prepare, don't panic. There's no reason to panic. You just got to buckle down. I hope you're with somebody. I hope, because when you go through it alone, I know, Jennifer Marie, that's what I'm thinking. I'll probably get in trouble for talking about Ian. Yes, the Keys were wiped out a few years back. I was down there for that. But you know what? The people in the Keys, they know this, they know this is going to happen every few years, and they just pick up and rebuild. And it's sad, but No, no. Ian is the name of the hurricane. But I've been told that, well, I'll just go ahead and say it. Randy told me the other day I better not mention her name on my channel or else. Or else what? Oh, I know. She threatened to tell everybody the real reason I left Florida. Well, I would like to hear that. I would like to hear the real reason I left Florida because I've told everybody the reason I left Florida and I didn't glamorize it in any way, shape, or form. You know, I left Florida because I lost everything. I went bankrupt, belly up. Now, if I was going to lie about something, wouldn't I tell a better story than that? So, my parents' home in PR is submerged again. Puerto Rico, no fucks given. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Puerto Rico takes a pounding too. They do every single time. If that's what you're talking about, is Puerto Rico. But I'm sorry about your parents' home. Amanda T, that's kind of what I thought about. How does Randy know this inside information that even I don't know? You know, I think I've made it clear to everybody what happened while I was in Florida. Yeah, say prayers for No Fucks Given's family. That's so sad that they have to go through that so many times that they just decide they're not going to rebuild. And people do get to that point, you know? But okay, so I throw empty threats at Starlight, okay? Because I don't have her kids' Christmas pictures and shit. Those are all empty threats. But they run around screaming. Ask 274 runs around with their Oh, well, I hope you hear from your brother soon. Y'all pray she hears from her brother. So I throw this empty thread out about Starlight's Christmas pictures. I don't have Starlight's Christmas pictures, okay? Now I'm wondering, Randy, was that just an empty threat you threw out that you were going to tell everybody? I don't know, Daria. Because I'd really like to hear the story that you have, Randy. No fucks given. I'll pray that you hear from your brother soon. That's scary. Come on out of there. I don't trust you, Maggie. You'll eat my Snickers bar or something. Well, I mean, that's what she threatened me with. If I said her name on my channel, then she was going to tell the whole world the real reason that I left Florida. Well, I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear the real reason I left Florida. Because it doesn't get any more grim than what I've already told you. Wish I could say I went down there and made my millions and just decided to come home where my roots are, but that's not the case. I came home with $600 in my pocket, left my son strung out on drugs. Hey, Carla. Standing in an empty doorway, pulled out of in a U-Haul. Me crying, my brother crying, my neighbors crying, everybody was crying. My son was crying. It was a pretty sad story, really. Speaking of sad, I did not get my AdSense for last month. I am doing something wrong on this forum. But it's okay. There's always next month. Hey, Marley J. I made a quick video of Maggie. I want to send it to you. Okay, send it to my email. Then I'll find out a way to post it. I suck at posting stuff. I can't go live. If I go live, it starts an entire shitstorm around YouTube. I know, Clary. Every time I go live, if I say anybody's name, they have a total fucking come apart on here. But yet she can just bring my name up out of the blue. That's why I went on her panel the other day. I wouldn't have just jumped on Randy's panels for shits and giggles. She brought up my name, so I went on her panel. Like I said, every time I go live, people have a total fucking come apart around here. This community has consistently gone lab picking at something or someone. They don't like calling it throwing tomatoes, so I don't know. Hey, Nunya. I don't know, but I'm sick and tired of not being able to go on my own panel, my own channel, and not say what I want to say. And yes, I fully expect backlash. I don't do this and think that I'm not going to get backlash. I am a superstar. But I'm brought up on her panel, but then she threatens me. And yes, Randy, I have it clipped. That if I mention your name on my channel, you're coming for me. I know. There'll be 10 lives today now. Oh, she's grown so much since then, Marley, I bet. I should send you some pictures and you can do like a before, during, and after her. Which hell, I don't know. She might still be growing. Hello, Carla. That's what I say, full on hypocrisy. I can do whatever I look. Wendy V put up a community post about this Penelope chick, okay? All I did was go under there and say, I like this girl's style. And Science Girl comes under there, you would, and calling Wendy V a bitch and asking her when she's going to take her next drink over a community post. Who's Ian? Ian is the hurricane that's heading towards Florida, Marley J. But yet, Just Angel can sit on Science Girl's panel the other day and tell me that I'm a bad parent. And when I ask her very calmly, what makes me a bad parent? She said, because she said so. So, hey, Sweet Pea. So, because I like I like the style of this Penelope chick. She sounds very intelligent, so much more than this Michelle chick that they all tried to cling on to until they figured out she's nuts. Hey, here's somebody that's going after Molly Golightly. Let's go grab her up. Right, Clary. That's what I said. I kept my cool. I really did. I was like, well, what makes me a bad parent, Just Angel? Because I said so. I was like, okay. Okay. Well, I don't give a shit what you say, so. Oh no, I got fucking Samara running around talking about my kid. She must have just unblocked me to get under my skin. Well, it's not working, Samara, okay? Because my real life is a category 5 hurricane right now. So nothing that you all can say is going to get under my skin that much. It is fall. The leaves are falling. I don't know, Nanny. She was in a chat the other day saying something about my stellar son. Stupid shit. I think Penelope sounds intelligent. I'm sorry if that hurts anybody's feelings. She sounds a whole lot more put together than the Michelle chick. But don't make a comment about it. But Randy, if you're listening or somebody gets back with you, I really would like you to explain to me how you're going to tell me who I can and cannot talk about. And you're going to tell my story from Florida, the real story, because I'm excited to hear it. I really am. Right, Clary? No, Marley J., I'm not ignoring you. I've talked to you several times. I told you to send it to me. Send me the clip. Or is it on your channel? Marley. Marley, can you not hear me? Can somebody tell Marley I'm talking to her? I would love to see the video. I love Maggie. Give the phone to Maggie? No. She's already eaten every charger. I remember Sunflower Bee. I remember that person. But just like I said, it feels like every time I'm going to hit the live button, I'm like, nah, if I do, it'll end up starting a shitstorm. But I shouldn't feel like that, you know? No wonder I didn't hit my quota last month. Oh, Marley's behind. Way behind. But I refuse to sacrifice my morals to make money on here. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. If I have to come on here every day and pick on a mentally ill person or whatever, I don't feel like doing that. Like I said, my real life is a hurricane, a Cat 5 storm right now, and I just don't really feel like. And please, for the love of God, don't give me a video that says you don't have any idea what I'm going through in my life. You're right. Whoever's listening, I don't. Hello, GSGS Gamer. But I really would like Randy to tell that story, and go ahead and tell it to everybody, Randy, about what really brought me home from Florida. I agree, Nettie. It's just not that fun. You try to pick people with at least somewhat on the same level of intelligence to battle with. Hey, Christy. In this country, and as a recovering addict, every addict has a mental illness, but listening to P, you would think differently. I have to disagree. She doesn't sound intelligent to me. She sounds like every mental health doctor given a diagnosis without getting. Yeah, but she did make it clear that she wasn't professionally diagnosing somebody. I don't think anybody on here that doesn't have a degree, a doc, Have a good day, Captain Obvious. I don't think anybody on here should be given law advice if you're not a lawyer. And to add, I was fuming at Just Angel saying that about you being a mother. My mother is a mother of two addicts, so that pissed me off. Well, I gotta be honest with you. If I could trade, if God came to me right now and said, "You get one wish," it would be that my son would be healthy, clean, and productive. But that doesn't happen. I mean, it doesn't happen that way. I pray every single day. She said I was a horrible mother, Nenny, up on Alicia's panel. And the only reason I went on Alicia's panel is because Alicia started talking about me. And the only reason I went on Randy's panel is because Randy started talking about me. But then I get threatened if I talk about them on my channel. Michelle is running rings around 500 people. She isn't stupid. Well, she's definitely building her channel. I mean, she's going about building her channel the right way. Just get on here, cling to somebody like Molly, and be a nutcase, and your channel will grow to. I mean, that's if you're going to build your channel, that's the way to go, I guess. See, Daria, I agree with you. My son needs dual diagnosis because he doesn't like what he's doing. He's tired, he's sick, uh, but there's a reason, there's a deep rooted reason, in my opinion, that keeps my son going back to drugs. Well, according to most of YouTube, it's me. But, and I say that because Just Angel isn't the only one that said that. And you know what? I don't wish it on anybody. My worst enemy on here. I hope their children grow up to be drug free, with nothing more than the simple uh ups and downs of being a typical teenager. Uh I don't wish my life on anyone. Hey, Anita. Yes, Daria, thank you. It is hell on earth. And I've done everything, and I've probably done a lot of things wrong. I'm the first to admit that I didn't get an instruction book. When you have a child, they don't hand you a book and say, okay, this is the way it's going to go. They definitely don't hand you one to say, okay, your son's going to become an addict at approximately 19 years old, and you're going to live 20 years of this hell and how to deal with it. It's just, I've made mistakes. I've been his enabler. Uh, I've also been his tough love. You know, right now it's to the point that if he shows up hungry, I feed him. If he's cold, I make sure he has warm clothes. I don't know what else to do for him. He knows not to ask me for money because he basically cleared out my bank account when he got a hold of my debit card. And yes, I have some resentment towards my son. Yes, full on hypocrisy. I have all of those. And I have resentment towards my son. And I work through it with the counselor once a week or with the therapist once a week because I don't want to resent my child. Nobody wants to resent their child. What parent out there wants to have resentment towards their child? No one. I feel guilty about that. Right. Profiling. I mean, I have enough guilt to carry me through to the end of my time. I don't need it off YouTube. But you know what? I'm to the point anymore that I don't even let these people, what they say about me, hey, Johnny Cuddy, what they say about me and my son, it's not even going to bother me anymore, because they don't know my life. You know, they don't know his childhood. I'm not even one of those mothers that say I did the best I could with what I had because I probably didn't. I probably didn't. I probably could have done better. I am between a rock and a hard place. But there's a lot of people going through things on here. I try to keep that in. Thank you, Rolos. I try to keep that in, try to keep thinking about that, as there's a lot of people on here going through a lot of things that we don't know about. But I'm one of those people because if some of you people knew what I'm going through right now, I'm not just talking dealing with an addict. I'm talking some, it don't even matter. It's shit I'll take to my grave. I have literally had stuff dumped in my lap recently that I have no choice but to take to my grave, which again causes me to resent him. Don't dump that on me. But until my son is ready to find out, because he's been clean and sober, Oh, don't say you hate your kids. Please. I mean, I'm not going to judge you, but please don't say you hate your kids. You know, you can not like them and not like their actions. But it doesn't matter where me and Chance are in life. It always ends with I love you. Because I do. I'm not judging you, the person that said they hate their kids, but I can't. It's a troll. Well, even a troll needs love too. So I hope things get better for you. Come on, Maggie. Come on, get goody. Come on, I don't trust you out there. Come on, Sam. Get goody. Come on. Sam's going to get a goody, Maggie, and you're not. Ha, 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 ha. Come on, Sam. Bye, Maggie. Bye. Gosh darn it. Is she stuck? Hold on. Maggie, are you stuck? You are. Hold on, I might lose signal. I'm out in the yard unsticking. Ooh, Maggie. Maggie, I don't know how I'm going to get you out of this mess. How am I going to do this? What have you done, Maggers? Oh, Maggie, my God. Hold on. Maggie, I'm going to have to cut you out. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Are y'all there? I have circus. Hold on, I gotta cut Maggie. She's gotten stuck in a tarp. I gotta cut her out of it. I'll be back. Good Lord, Maggie. Come here, Maggie. I gotta cut you out. If I try to get your legs through it, it's gonna break them. I don't even know how you got in that mess. Cool, Maggie, stay. Hold on, guys. Move, Sam. I can't do this with you with your nose up in here. Maggie, what have you done? My God. Oh, jeez. Hold on, Mags. Hold on. I wish I could turn the camera on and show you what she's done. go. Jeez. Oh, good Lord. Come on. Come on, Sam. Maggie. Come on, Sam. You're not in trouble. Good Lord. There's a tarp back there covering up some stuff. And there's a hole in it. Yes, she's out. But instead of going out the actual, like a tent has a zipper on it, instead of going out the door, she decides to go through the hole, which got stuck on her bottom half. Oh. Maggie, Maggie, Maggie. Free Maggie. I did. Can y'all do me a solid and go lay down and take a nap? I'd appreciate you both very kindly. Jeez. Now I'll probably get a video made saying my dog's mistreated because she got stuck in a hole. Oh. They're still running around saying, and news at 11, right? They're still running around saying I should bubble wrap my dog so I could kick her more. I swear, guys, I just have to laugh at that stuff. In the beginning, it bothered me, and I thought, oh, I missed it while I was cutting Maggie out. Is something going on? I missed it. Prayers for Marley. I hope whatever you're going through, it gets better. I didn't see the comment, but obviously Marley's got some difficulties in her life, and we all do, and I hope that whatever's going on, Marley, it gets better. That you learn to find peace with it. That's what I'm trying to do, trying to find peace with my life, because it's a freaking mess right now. And YouTube is kind of like my escape, you know. I mean, let's face it, when your life sucks, it makes it so much easier to talk about somebody else's. But I just don't have the heart to just go in on somebody every single day. I did that with Laura when I first left Laura. Now I'm so tired of hearing about Laura. So tired of hearing about Laura. Yeah, it's supposed to be an outlet for people critters. But I had done left the panel over at Randy's uh, when she threatened me. So I didn't even know she said it. And I was talking to some people and they were like, "Did you hear what Randy threatened you with?" Yeah, Laura's busy trying to become both Cagney and Lacey right now. Full on hypocrisy. I was like, no, I didn't hear it. So I went back and I clipped it. Well, Bailey, we're going to have to start hanging in new. Full on hypocrisy always has the best comments. Always. Whoever it is, they make me smile. And sometimes you just need to smile. I know. Their one liners are great. I unsub from so many people, Ninny C. So many people. I mean, my subs. I mean, my the channels I was sub to. I just went through one day and just cleaned them out. A lot of them were like channels that I wasn't sub to. Well, I was sub to them, but they were something else prior to. Because some of them I didn't even recognize. I don't know. I don't know. I know Just Angel. I was watching her. Yes, I was watching. I'm sorry. That's what people do on YouTube is they watch people. And I was watching her yesterday, and her and her friend, the gamer chick, was fighting. But Just Angel kept wanting. She wanted somebody to go on the computer, and I mean, she had like 45 people in her chat. Okay, not a big deal. But she wanted somebody to go on the computer and find out how many people were, yes, Wonder Woman, yes, were participating. Well, I don't care. I got 125 people in here right now. I know there ain't no 125 people talking. You think I ain't got people that don't like me sitting back right now watching what I'm saying, just waiting to pounce on me? Of course they are. That's YouTube, Just Angel. Come on, get with it. I can't get into that trial, Nenny. I've been bouncing in and out of the Ohio, the Ohio massacre. I'll tell you what I did do. I turned my TV on for the first time in probably 6 months. Full on hypocrisy. And I binged watched Dahmer. I binge watched it. I know, right, Clary? Hell, I'll take the view. I can't get into that trial. I just can't. Um, well, see, my problem is, Clary, was when I get into something like that, I won't stop until I get to the end of it. I can't. No, that's my next one, Clary. I will say in the Dahmer one, they humanized him. They made him a human being. Uh, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't as good as what I was hearing. I was watching the Parkland trial too, but I don't even know why it's still going on this long. The guy pled guilty. Um, but then you're going to get me started on mental health again, so we don't even want to go there. Does he deserve to be behind bars for the rest of his life? Absolutely. Absolutely. He did play a good Dahmer, that guy did. Evan Peters. Yes, he did play a very good Dahmer. And they like humanized him, they showed him getting baptized. Uh they just I heard somebody giving it a review saying that they felt like they focused a lot on the victims. I didn't really feel like that. I didn't really feel like they did focus on the victims that much. But all these years later, I mean, I wonder how the victims felt about the movie coming out at all, or the victims' families. Were they for it? I know on October 1st, Lifetime is putting out a Gabby Petito movie. What do we really know about the case of Gabby Petito? We really don't know exactly how everything went down. And I'm sorry, but those police that stopped them, and I can't bring myself to blame those cops. I mean, they separated them. Those cops had no idea what. I just can't blame. I can't bring myself to blame them. I just can't. Yes, profiling it is, but it comes out October 1st on Lifetime, and I just don't know what they can tell. Exactly, Clary. Exactly, Clary. I just don't know. I mean, they can make her out to be a beautiful, adventurous, girl, but the crime itself, I don't know what they can tell because we don't know what went on. I mean, we know that he killed her and we know that he killed himself, but Jonathan, I was reading about that. The strike on the asteroid. I was reading about that. I don't know. I'll watch it. I always watch that stuff, but I am gonna watch. Uh, what? Okay, what's the name of the one about? What's her name again? Um, exactly, profiling. They'll have to speculate unless that notebook that they didn't release everything in, unless it actually gives details of what truly went down. Then I don't know what they can say about her. Sins of my mother, yeah. We're probably going to catch the tail ends of these rains off of this hurricane, even way up here. So that'll probably be my rainy day activity. There's another one I want to watch called The Devil in Ohio. Ooh, what's that one about? See, I got to take screenshots of your all's comments or I'll forget. What is it about, Bailey? Clary? Critters is watching it right now. Who is the devil in Ohio? Oh, a cult? Hmm. There's some weird people come out of the state of Ohio, you know it? Some weird people. No offense to anybody in this chat that's from Ohio, because there's good people in Ohio too. There's some weird ass people that either come out of Ohio or pass through it somehow. Yep, Ohio and Florida. We got weird people in my state too. Uh, I can't remember his name, but just a few years ago, he got caught removing the nipples. He killed this old lady, which was a friend of his mom's, and he removed her nipples And then when they got to digging around, they found people buried in his yard and everything. So we got weird people here too. Yeah, I had to go to BBC TV to watch his story. Clyde, oh God. Yeah, you do have Susan Smith. Yeah, he lived right here in my hometown. Like just a few blocks away. So really, I should take that back about Ohio. But you do hear about a lot of crazies in Ohio and Florida. I think just vagabonds and people that homeless and all that, they go. Let me tell you something. There used to be this little homeless lady. I think I might have told you all this. But every time me and my sister would come out of the store, there she, and I watched the Gacy tapes. Killed his grandmother, then did things. Oh, I know. I saw him in prison, Clary. But this little homeless lady, I loved her. She always had her little buggy. It was in Merritt Island, Florida. And every time we'd come out of the store, she'd be out there. And we'd always get her, stuff. I don't think Ted Bundy was that good looking either. But me and my sister would always get her water and bananas and, chips and uh cigarettes and whatever. Well, we noticed coming out of the convenience store a couple times she wasn't there. And it was kind of like an overpass, like a bridge that she stayed under. Uh, that's where she stayed, but she'd come out during the day and push her buggy. And yep, Green River Killer. But one day we were coming out of the store and we asked the lady in the store where she was, and she said a group of young teenagers beat her to death. I was like, oh, it broke my heart. Broke my heart. God rest her soul. She didn't hurt nobody. Oh, Paul and Carla, yeah. I can't believe she's out. Whatever. You kill your sister, bitch. I can't even believe she's out, but ooh, I gotta screenshot that one, Brantley. Well, that's good, Jonathan, that you shave with soap. Jonathan, I swear, sometimes you come off with the craziest stuff, but I love you, kid. I know, Brantley, isn't that crazy? I just couldn't imagine. Number one, I could never hurt one of my family members ever, ever. But how does she live her life normally every day? Oh yeah, my town is the Shanda Share killing. If you haven't ever seen the story about that, look it up. It's so gruesome. It's so horrible. And she was just a kid killed by another group of kids, which they're all out of prison now. I think Melinda was the last one, and I think she got out. It was horrible. I know. I knew her daddy. We used to drink down at the 40 and 8 club together. And after what happened to Shanda, she was only 12. What After Shanda got killed, he went out to his cabin on Patoka Lake and drank himself to death. What did Clary say? Hey, out of spoons. I quit watching. My great grandmother was murdered when my mom. Oh, Clary, I'm so sorry. 14 years. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, guys, I'm jumping off. My battery's running low. I got to do dishes. I got to make a grocery list. Real life stuff. I appreciate you guys coming in and supporting my channel. And please, please, please don't tell me who I can and cannot talk about when y'all bring my name up. It's just not cool. But if you're in the path of Ian, please be safe. Take all your precautions. Stay calm. But bye, full on hypocrisy. Stay safe. Stay calm. Keep an eye on it. Watch it through the night. I'll be watching it for you. If you're scared, you need to talk. You're by yourself. Ooh, I got a screenshot of that. Okay, Marley. If you're scared, you need to talk. You're by yourself. Miss Leah, anybody going through this hurricane by yourself, you want to talk, I'll talk you through it. As long as the phone lines hold up. Just hit me up, email, Discord, something. We'll sit through the hurricane together. Guys, y'all have a okay, Marley. Y'all have a beautiful day, and yeah, I'm gonna start going live, and I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about, and I'm not gonna be told what to do on here anymore. So, I mean, I might listen, but I might not. But guys, have a great day. Oh, prayers for Boston Bridget's puppy. I didn't know anything about it until I saw a couple short videos the other day. So I think her puppy's having some problems. Prayers for Bridget, and everybody stay safe. Take cover, stay safe, have plenty of supplies because you're probably going to be without electric for at least a few days. And I will, yeah, go watch her video. She was able to take him to a vet, but I don't know the end result. So, prayers for Bridget's puppy. And if you're going through a rough time, you're not alone. If you need to talk, hit me up. And I will see you guys around the tubes. Bye, guys.